Before we actually get started today, I just want everyone to drop an F in the chat down below for this entire build. Yes, unfortunately, I did lose the save file of this, but it was pretty much complete, so just, you know what, we got the video, that's all that matters, we can build it again, who cares? But anyways, we're just gonna jump right into this once again. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leaf, and it's so great to have you guys back here once again for another speed build. Today I wanted to tackle something very specific. You guys may have remembered like the Making the Endangered DLC video from a couple days ago. Because of that, I started to talk about like the conservation center in ZT2, and I was like, wow, that's actually a pretty damn good looking building. What if someone, remade that in Planet Zoo? So that's exactly what I wanted to do today. You guys can see I am using modded props, so do keep that in mind. But you guys can probably see my little Steve Irwin for scale right there. That is going to be part of the Outback pack. It's just a really awesome way to help you keep scale in mind when you're actually working with builds and keeping it a lot more realistic. But today we're actually recreating this building, and it came out so awesome. So you guys can see what I already started on, since I started blabbering on about literally nothing, is the actual foundation of the building. I'm not doing a one-to-one replica. I'm essentially doing a modern reimagining of this conservation center to begin with. I imagine that what would be in here, if I didn't lose a save file, would be like, you know, terrariums and stuff like that. I would have added like all the insects and fish and stuff like that. That would have been a really awesome thing to have in here. But you know what? Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, especially this build. Moving on through here, I really wanted to have this little bit of a kind of like bottom part. I don't really know what you would call that, molding, I guess. I don't even know anymore, I'm just losing it. But anyways, just working through here, I put the Arctic wood up there as a kind of makeshift ceiling. And then on top of that, I actually used some of the gravel pieces from the Safari pack, just as a better way to make it feel a lot more cohesive within the inner theme itself. And we also copied that on the other side, make sure it looks good from all angles. And I'm trying to figure out how to actually work with that mural that's supposed to be on the side over there. So unfortunately, I really didn't start to work on that just yet, but we do something for that later down the line. But there you see the gravel we put down right there, and I'm essentially just trying to figure out how to get that glass to actually meld in correctly. Yeah, if you guys can't tell, I'm extremely tired right now. I've been recording videos all day, so I do apologize on that. But moving on through here, I really want to get the satellite that you see on the build also all set. So I do work on that very swiftly right over here. It's not the most perfect satellite, but I'm pretty happy with how well it turned out. I think it came out pretty cool and unique as well. And you know what? We're all about uniqueness over here at Leaf Productions. So we do add that right there, and it was really awesome build. It was just like the mud pillar technique alongside some other pieces over there. Unfortunately, those aren't flexi-color, but it's totally fine. We kind of make do with that. It's no biggie. It's just a small piece in the greater scheme of things. So we just get rid of that, and we plop it down on the top of our building, just in case if, you know, our keepers need a radio to someone all across the other side of the park. And we throw some ferns on top as well, just to keep the greenery going wild over there. And we also build some more molding up there, just a way to, you know, keep the build a lot more centered, make it feel a lot more purposeful, and as a way to hide those, like, unsightly glass pieces over there too. So that all works out nicely. And we just duplicate the door on the other side as a way to, you know, make it feel a lot better. And I was like, all right, so I need to like come up with a way to make those planters that you see on the front of it. And I figured, you know what, we're just gonna use Eben's planters right there. They're probably one of my favorite blueprints in the entire game. I use them literally every single build, so just being able to use those guys was a really awesome thing to have right there. And here we finally are, building on the other side of the building itself, just making sure that it looks nice and cohesive with the rest of the theming. I love this building so much. I feel like I haven't really talked about the actual design of this. It's so cool. I don't know. I was always enamored with it back in Zoo Tycoon 2. This was like, I always used to uninstall and reinstall the game just so I could beat the career again, just so I could feel the thrill of unlocking this build again. So essentially what this build would do in Zoo Tycoon, it would essentially give your animals a boost when it came to endangered species, trying to breed and get them better offspring from what I believe. I always just placed it down and then forgot about it, so I honestly can't tell you one thing that it does. The same thing with the compost station. That'd be a really awesome build to do as well. But moving on through here, essentially what I'm doing is trying to make sure I get that like greenhouse piece all set, and because of that I needed to add some more molding right there just to make sure that we cover up any like outdoor parts, just make sure it looks nicely in the end of it, just make sure it feels cohesive. And we also use some of Nick's bamboo from the Jurassic World Evolution pack as a way to make an interior. These guys are beautiful for making interiors. I don't know, they just have this beautiful fine look to them that the other bamboo in the game does not have in the slightest. I feel like that's a really awesome thing to have, and it just looks very good in the end. I'm very happy with how well this all came out. So we're just adding some more other theming in here, a lot more structure, just as a way to keep the building up. So we add some cross beams everywhere just to make sure that everything feels nice and safe and sturdy, and we just use it as a way to break up the patterns too. I usually do that a lot for interiors when it comes to this. This week is going to be such a big interior week. I just want to say I'm doing so many interior builds, speed builds, that you guys are not going to know what's going to hit you. But moving on through here, I essentially do this little bit of offstage access right there for the guests. Not for the guests, for the keepers. Just a way to keep them, like, you know, give them a little bit of privacy in case if they need to, like, make food for the animals or something like that. I don't really know. But we also hide that build up there as well. So it looks nice and cozy. And moving on through here, we're just working on that actual greenhouse part itself as a way to make sure it feels a lot more cohesive with the rest of the build. So I do use those I-beams as a way to, you know, kind of make it feel a little bit more industrial, because that's what it kind of does look like on the greenhouse side of things. I'm very enamored with like the style of this build. I kind of want to do more builds like this, maybe even recreate some more Zoo Tycoon builds. I know Simply Savannah did one for the aviary a while back, and that is one of my favorite videos from her. I don't know, listen, it was always one of my favorites. I always used to go back and watch that one. But moving on through here, just adding the rest of the foliage, adding the rest of the greenery, adding some plants as well, just as a way to keep it a lot more lush and happy. And we also work on the mural right over here as well. Unfortunately, we do cut off some parts of this because I don't actually show off how it looks, but you know what? At the end of the video, we will have a nice big old screen cap of how it looks in the end. I just want to thank you guys so much for sticking by me, watching this video, and there's the finished product. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, even if we don't have any fancy cinematics. But I'll tell you what, guys, I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this little one-off. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, except for the two words that matter most. Goodbye.